The following position with black to move is very close. Fischer Biscaya, Championship of the United States, 1958. What to do? For the moment, Biscaya defended very well and only later made a mistake, but it's, of course, white is for choice. Activity is the order of the day, as is often the case in rook endings. F5 to weaken white's central pawns and then to bring the king into play. The price is, of course, that on the queen side, white will get a favorable setup with the rook behind the residing passed pawn, but Biscaya's king is quick enough to secure the draw. For the moment, everything's okay. And now, after b7, black can get counterplay with his central pawns, and it should be a draw. So Bobby took, and now rook b8, as after rook b4, black is in time for king c5. Otherwise white would be winning, of course, with this strong position of the rook behind the passed pawn, but here it cannot be maintained. And then the drawish tendency of rook endings should prevail, so Bobby had to go for this endgame with an extra pawn, but it should nevertheless be a draw. But okay, not so easy over the board, of course. For the moment, Biscaya defends well. Okay, so Bobby decides to give back the pawn, but his point is good. From a practical point of view. Check, and now the body check tells, and white has, of course, still practical chances. The table base says that it's a draw, but now comes the critical moment. d4 or rook b3 or something else. After rook b3, black is always in time with his counterplay, and it is a draw. Now, somehow the rook has to make a decision, and then it is clear that it is a draw once sample line runs. And black's d-pawn saves the day. Good. But it's of course not so easy here. No doubt about that. After d4, white wins. Maybe Biscaya missed Bobby's answer. Backward moves are always difficult to spot, I think. Again, this beautiful body check. And check, very good technique. But now, what now? Again, a king backward move, king c4, king e4, or passed pawns must be pushed. In this case, passed pawns must be pushed. Chess really is a difficult game, of course. And the rook behind the passed pawn, and now black is in all variations just too slow. But really it is a bit paradoxical, I must admit. And white wins. King b4. And after king c4, Biscaya had another last chance to save the day. d3 or king g3 or something else. Amazingly, king g3 still saves the day, as the king manages to come back in time to draw the resulting pawn endgame. King f4. And as the pawn endgame is a draw, yeah, white cannot win the whole position. It's a bit astonishing that first king g3 must come, so that the king is then back in time on the queen side in the pawn endgame variation. And after d3, it's over now. What we played, king c3 again, this backward king move, and now he has surrounded the d pawn and wins it first and the game later. Okay, one move I want to still show. What now? Show good technique. Rook d8. This is often very good. The rook takes away the 8th rank from black's rook, so that there's no maximum checking distance there to be found. And yeah, now white will be able to cross over, and white wins. Now Bobby's pawn can cross the middle of the board, and important is that this pawn ending has won as Bobby had calculated, that he wins the fight for the key squares directly, as the key square a6 cannot be protected, of course. There it is, and now it's over, and so this guy resigns.